The Human Resources Division of Winston's Wacky Wobbly Widgets is pleased to bring you our budget proposal for year 3 since current management took over. We are Team JAJA. My name is Jason Rabelais.
I'm Jenna Brune.
I'm Adrienne Lee.
And I'm Abby Rousseau.
What a ride these last 2 years have been. When we first took over, the only thing more frustrating than working for Winston's Wacky Wobbly Widgets was trying to type in the address for our website, which is www.www.com. Employees received no time off, no sick leave, there was no retirement plan, and there was no health plan. Our quality control was so low that the widgets were no longer wacky, and the only thing wobbling was our accident-prone employees. In fairness, Winston was lucky that a turnover rate was only 10% with these conditions, and we suspect the reason that the employees were simply too sick or too injured to go and apply for other jobs, and our absentee rate reflected this. It is extremely fortunate that you fine folks on our executive team decided to bring in a new management to the HR division to institute some much needed changes. We were able to raise wages, offer time off for vacation and illness, and we implemented a medical and retirement plan. There are new training courses to assist promoted employees to fit their roles. The new safety and quality assurance courses ensure that our employees are safe and the widgets wobble exactly the right amount. As executives, you're probably thinking that while you're happy your employees are being taken care of, our business is not happy employees. It's wacky wobbly widgets. How did a total of $3.6 million invested in HR impact the bottom line? Why should you consider investing even more into a department that produces neither widgets nor wackiness? We can't wait to tell you.
Upon taking over the company, we saw immediately there were high absences and turnover along with low morale. The main question is, how can we change these things to effectively reduce costs and increase shareholder value? I turned to Peacock to answer the questions using evidence-based management. Our approach is geared mostly towards level 1 staff members. They generally have the highest accidents and turnover. So what we did is we slowly increased wages and benefits to be competitive with the industry. We also invested in training to prepare the workers. Now we see an increase in morale and consequently productivity, as well as a decrease in absenteeism and turnover. This affects long-term shareholder value by reducing costs. You will see in the strategy map how these decisions to raise wages and benefits affected the process. So as the strategy map shows, long-term shareholder value is not controlled by one decision alone. One decision can have a ripple effect though. By slightly increasing benefits in Q1, we saw an increase in morale and a drop in absences. After investing more into increasing wages and benefits, we saw a tremendous value added for long-term shareholders. We will get to that value added in a moment. Some decisions that had a great impact and we will continue to pursue this year are investing in training to further improve operational outcomes like morale, quality, productivity, absences, turnover. And we want employees to also feel vested in with new hire training. This improvement affects increasing quality, growing revenue, and reducing costs. As the individual arrows show, any decision can ultimately affect creating or adding value. We focused on increasing wages and benefits to be competitive with the industry. These choices will affect morale, absences, and turnover, which influences productivity and growing revenue or reducing costs.
So now I'm going to talk about the goals that we had for our first 2 years compared to where we are now. So our first goal was to increase minorities to 25% by the end of year 2. As you can see, we did not reach that goal. We only got to 15.6%. And this has a lot to do with our staffing decisions we were making. We were doing 50% hired within the firm and 50% hired from without the firm. So we weren't able to drastically increase this number in the short amount of time that we had. Our second goal was to reduce accidents by 40% by the end of year 2 to a total of 296 accidents. And we were able to get this down to 225 accidents. And we were able to do this by all the programs that we bought early on in the first year, which we continued through the first 2 years we used them, and also through the trainings that we implemented more towards our budget as each quarter went on. Our third goal was to reduce employee turnover ratio to 6% by the end of year 2. And we were able to get this, we barely, but we got it down to 5.9%. And this had a lot to do with the wages and benefits. We increased all wages by 2%. And with the benefits, we had 3 additional vacation days we added, a low contribution retirement plan, as well as a low coverage insurance plan, and dental and eye care. All of these things increased morale, which made employees like their job more, which was making less employees want to quit, which helped in reducing the employee turnover ratio. Our fourth goal was to increase productivity by 12%, which is 224 units by the end of year 2, and we were able to reach this goal as well. We got it to 228 units, and this was big in decreasing our costs because as productivity increases, this typically means less workers are needed, which reduces our labor costs. Our fifth goal was to increase morale to 75 by the end of year 2. And this goal was reached, and it goes hand in hand with the third goal with employee turnover, because by having better wages and better benefits, this was increasing the morale. All of our goals complement one another. Of course, the turnover ratio and morale is what I talked about the most, but they all go towards having that productivity focused strategy as we try to reduce cost and increase asset utilization. So 2 things that we think that we did really well on were lowering our accidents and increasing morale. So we put these charts in here. By lowering our accidents, this helped with our productivity. And as you can see, we consistently set this trend on getting those accidents lower. That's something we really focused on. We also really focused on increasing that morale. And as you could see, we set that trend as well on getting that up, because that's what's going to help with decreasing the employee turnover, making these workers like their job more, all by what we have to offer them.
To impact our employee stakeholders, we invested a total of $900,341 to overall training over the 2-year period to improve quality, safety, new hire training, and training for managers to better prepare them for the work on the job. We continually raise these costs to improve grievances, quality, productivity, and lower accident rates. Over the past 2 years, we have promoted 44 employees from within the company, providing the opportunity for advancement in our company. We provided every program that was available to our employees within the first year and offered the benefits mentioned previously to attract and keep our employees. We decided to implement an employee stock ownership program, which allows employees the opportunity to be paid bonuses with company stock, as well as job rotation, enlargement, and enrichment solutions for job design. These decisions proved to be successful as we were ranked first in quality index, benefits, and grievances in the simulation. We increased pay for level 2 workers in quarter 1, 3, and 4 to offer competitive wages as well as the same benefits given to level 1 employees listed previously. We purchased all surveys, including the wages survey in quarter 6, to ensure we were offering competitive pay. In response to managerial complaints such as lowered morale and need for training due to some of the special decisions chosen, we made sure to focus on those aspects needed to improve our company for our employees, to meet their wants and their needs. We have used the HR budget to successfully keep absenteeism, turnover cost, and labor cost lower than industry averages to deliver value to our shareholders. U.S. government. For Special Decision 8, we chose to reclassify the positions and pay overtime going forward. While we were hoping to pay our employees for their time of future overtime hours earned, we do acknowledge that the choice was not in compliance with the fair labor laws and that we needed to pay the workers the $10,000 we owed. We will learn from this error and ensure that we are in compliance and following all laws and regulations going forward. We were in compliance with OSHA as accident rates continue to reduce each quarter, starting from 494 accidents and dropping those accidents down to 225 in quarter 8. We were also in compliance with the Civil Rights Act, as we recruited diverse talent in both females and minorities, starting with 12.7% females and increasing to 19.6%, and starting with 7.8% minority employees to now 11.6%. While doing this, we increased the productivity over both years.
For year 3, we are requesting a $1.9 million budget. You can see in the pie chart where the funds are going. We want to continue to be competitive with the industry by increasing wages by 5% over the year, continuing all programs, continuing all trainings to maintain quality and safety. We want to invest in all the sick days, increase our healthcare contributions and our retirement options. These investments will continue to help our goals of decreasing accidents to 177 by the end of the year, to increasing productivity to a total of 236 units, improving quality to 84, and improving morale to 90, while also improving our absences to 202 per quarter and reducing turnover to 4.874%.
As you can see, our team has been hard at work making your investment of $3.6 million work for you. That investment has returned $39.28 million over the last 2 years. Your investment of $1.9 million in year 3 will allow us to not only further improve the quality of life of our employees and the quality of our widgets, but even the most conservative estimate projects a return of $14.88 million. This is the type of company that we want to be. We want our employees to want to work here. We want them to be safe. We want them to be able to spend time with their families. We want them to tell their qualified friends how well they're taken care of here, instead of about that one time Jeb got a toe torn off by trying to do a handstand next to the baler. These improvements have allowed us to produce better, higher quality widgets using fewer, happier employees. They're making us more profitable, and they're helping to repair our reputation as a company. We will never forget the time that Forbes once called the working condition at Winston's Wacky Wobbly Widgets slightly worse than getting press ganged into a crew of a naval frigate in the 1700s. We thank you for your continued faith in us, and we look forward to bringing the company that we all love into the 21st century. As we say at Winston's, what weirdo wouldn't want wacky wobbly widgets? And with your investment in HR, it'll ensure profitable production of those widgets many years to come. Thank you for taking the time to view our presentation. Abby, Jenna, Adrienne, and I learned a lot putting this together. Ultimately, we feel we were very successful doing so. We exceeded just about every goal the simulation put forward for us. There were a few missteps along the way. There was decision number 8, obviously, where we elected not to pay back our workers. We've got a better understanding of how that works now. We also would have chosen to invest a little bit more heavily in accident prevention earlier on. We do believe that it would have saved us money in absenteeism and turnover, as opposed to just simply investing in making our employees happy in the beginning. When we look back at it, we all kind of agree that if we could do it all over again, we would have balanced things out a little bit better. We also agree that we could take the place where we stopped, and if we had another 3 or 4 years of the simulation, we could take the company to something that was successful long term. So ultimately, we are very happy with how we did, and we really do hope you enjoyed the presentation we put together for you.